In this movie, I'll show you how to edit text that has gradients and dynamic effects assigned to it because it can be a really painfully slow process. For example, let's say my client comes to me and tells me our product is not called Black Chat, it's called Black Cat Chat. So I press the T key in order to get my type tool, click in front of the C in chat, and then I type CAT spacebar from the keyboard. And at first I just see a C, and then finally the AT spacebar comes up on screen. That delay is caused by the drop shadow. So the solution, especially because now I have to change the character formatting, the solution is to go ahead and turn that shadow off until my changes are finished. So I'll go ahead and press the escape key in order to accept my changes and switch back to the black arrow tool. And then I'll go over to the appearance panel. I can see that my type object is active, but I don't see any drop shadow in this list here. And that's because the effect is assigned to the group. So I need to double click on the group item there in order to switch focus to it, and then turn off the drop shadow by clicking on its eyeball. And now that one change is going to make things significantly faster. So I'll press the T key to switch back to the type tool, click inside my text at the bottom of the screen, press Control A or Command A on the Mac in order to select all that text. And then I'll press Control Alt or Command Option left arrow several times in a row, more than a dozen times in fact, in order to reduce that tracking value. And you can see the new tracking value inside the character panel here. It's this value right there, and it actually ought to be a little bigger than that. I want it to be 350 like so. And without overselling it here, I want to stress the fact that if I had left the drop shadow on every single time I press Control Alt or Command Option left arrow, it would have required Illustrator to update the drop shadow, which would have really slowed down my progress. So the moral of the story is, if the dynamic effect, or the gradient for that matter, is getting in your way, turn it off temporarily until your changes are complete. So go ahead and press the escape key in order to accept my modified text. Then I'll return to the appearance panel, double click on the word group, and finally turn the drop shadow back on. So while you're editing text, go ahead and turn all the effects off. When you're done with your edits, turn them back on. In the next movie, I'll show you how to assign gradients to strokes.